I'm Felicia.
I'm Sierra.
Richard.
I'm Rosa.
I'm David.
As the old saying goes, curiosity killed the cat. And like the cat, children are naturally curious and awfully troublesome. The world as we know it will never be the same. It is forever, continuously changing. Like the world, childhood is also changing. What used to be the obsession of dolls and bugs has now become an early interest in sex. Therefore, the parents should talk to their children about sex early on. Like most parents, my mother saw it crucial that she talked to me about having safe sex and that I understood and all my questions were answered for me to go on. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 critical points why parents should have the safe sex talk with their children. The first is to improve family relationships. Second, to give adequate and correct information. And thirdly, the most important, to save their health, to prevent any bad mishaps. Communication is the most important factor in having a good relationship. Without good communication, a relationship cannot be successful. Talking to your children early on about sex opens more doors. They feel comfortable and they want to talk to you. They may talk to you about drugs, suicide, love, or maybe even just what they want to do in life if you have the open conversation with them about sex. According to the Hospital of Sick Children, talking early and nonchalantly, maybe at the mall or a baseball game about sex, makes them feel more comfortable and makes them feel like they can talk to you about anything. Also, opening this door helps you instill values in your children. Maybe when you're talking to them about having safe sex, you could say something like, I want you to have safe sex if you're going to have sex, but our family thinks you should wait until you're married. It also helps avoid that big embarrassing talk later on in the adolescent life. Like improving our families' relationships, it is important for the children to have facts. Like in schools, they do have the education program, but children want to hear it from their parents. They don't want to be embarrassed by asking questions, especially in front of their peers or other teachers and someone that they don't know. They see that if you care and want to talk to them about it, they're going to feel more comfortable and less embarrassed. There can also be wrong info given. They could be looking on the internet and books and not know what is right. And if you talk to them, you can control the conversation. You can lead them to, like I said earlier, instilling values and maybe waiting until marriage. A study was done by Dr. Mark Schuster involving 141 families about the safe sex talk. 24 topics are very important that need to be addressed in this talk. I was very surprised about the percentage that was there. More than half of these families only covered 14 of those topics. That is still 10 topics left. It also found out that 40% of girls never have talked about adequate birth control methods, never about maybe other contraceptives, or even just abstinence. Even more staggering number, 70% of guys never have had the condom talk or other birth control talk. That's huge. Parents need to talk to their children about having safe sex. Family relationships and facts are important, but let's face it, the health of our children is the most important thing. Adolescents need to know what happens outside of sex. They need to know not only about pregnancy, about what they see on TV, but real life stuff. HIV, STDs, AIDS, STIs are life-altering factors that can happen outside of safe sex. We need to talk to them about using condoms, about using birth control, or even just being absent. They need to know all forms of protection, and they need their questions answered, because if they don't have safe sex, they could contract some disease that may forever change their life. I've talked to you about 3 very important things today. of why parents should talk to their children early on about having safe sex. They need to improve their relationships, and that can also open doors for instilling values in other hard conversations. They need correct information, and also, we need to protect their health. The world is changing, and so are the norms of children. They're going to have sex, whether we want them to, whether we believe that we're already doing it, but we need to inform them that it's happening, and there are safe ways to do it. If we talk to our children about having safe sex, we may be able to prevent more diseases and unwanted pregnancies. This is our responsibility to talk to them properly. Thank you.